Me rolling. What's good, y'all? So right now I'm just doing a test on this mic. If y'all don't like it, y'all let me know. But most likely I might switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Just got a few things to touch up on. So I'm more mobile right now as I'm talking to y'all. So I've been busy the last few days, getting some things together. You know what I mean? Headed out of town again for another adventure with the illustrious Miss Kiki Prime, baby. And we headed to the Caribbean, you know. So just, I've been really busy myself. So I've been sometimes coming in and out on things or whatever. Last time we was here, we was addressing somebody digging all in my business, going on the internet, looking up, trying to see if I'm gay like them or something like that. And they tragically found out that I'm drastically straight. And, wasn't much commentary made about it, you know what I mean? Because it was a nothing burger, Now we did have a raggedy bitch that was all into my shit, you know what I'm saying? That's just hoping that I liked them. And what they found out, like, no, not at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? You're not even in the continuum, baby, to ever be liked by Octavius Prime. And that's what I'm going to start with. All right. So I did hear the replay, and which I found amazing was that day that VS did that live, she left it up for a few hours. So I was able to go through it and just hear some of the things she was saying. So, my name came up, Octavius, and things like that, Now, the thing about it is, it's like, there were some things that took place now, like that dude is just like, okay, fuck it. We're just going to talk about it. Like with audio, and I'm not trying to have a continuing beef with audio, and there is no beef. I just had to address a nosy nigga going all of my shit. You know what I'm saying? That want to run a narrative because they got child molestation charges on their record and they want me to be in the same group. All right. So it's not for me to sit there to try to like constantly throw him under the bus about what we all know about him. Y'all make sure y'all get them likes up now. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 a.m. and everything. Ain't no super chats ringing, no cash apps, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can hit the like button. I know you're laying there in the bed, listen to my voice and everything like that, but you can do better. All right. So yeah, so Buddy wanted me to had the same fate as him. You know what I'm saying? Being a weirdo and having all that kind of stuff. So he dug really hard, even crossing out, you know what I'm saying, the what he called the young women, or he tried to say they were girls and they were famous Instagram models, all of them. They are completely of age, you know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters, And so I don't know if she directed Buddy to do all that, you know what I mean? But it just seemed like, okay, I guess he wanted to do his virtual sacrifice of Octavius Prime and improve his fealty or loyalty to his new master, which I just found very, very comical, you know what I mean? When people do that. So, you see like ZX over there, he got a whole new life. You seen GG Darling got a whole new life. Now that BS has come back outside. I mean, these are people that I really couldn't get no motion, at all. And with me having right now, we got like 38, 40 people in the chat. Like for them, that would be like that during the daytime, you know what I'm saying? During midday, that would be like a glorious day for them to have 40 people in the chat. All right. So, so a lot of people, they want to do that. They want to show their fealty, their loyalty, you know what I mean? The whole thing and the whole thing about so like, it's just one of those things, right? Give me a second, y'all. I know y'all know that I'm a little bit distracted, but I'm almost done taking care of something. Okay. So lately, I know a lot of people say the B sector is just jumping and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not here to represent the B sector per se or whatever. but it has really just been, in my opinion, it really just been like same old, more hype behind one personality. All right. Just more hype behind one personality that has come back. And they love bombing VS at this point. And the reason why I went live wasn't because I just want to keep the foot on the gas with VS and things like that. But see, the thing about it is, it's a lot of hypocrisy to VS doing what she did the other day. It's saying what she was saying, like, as far as like she hasn't been bothering people and stuff like that, But I'm pretty sure that that whole situation with audio, was approved by her because they tried to provoke me to go live. You know what I'm saying? Because he was up the day before that talking about Octavius is weird. That's weird. Weird. And I'm like, okay, why are they running my name over there? For one, and then you got ZX over there every 5 minutes talking about I'm the mastermind behind Mia. When all I've been doing is minding my business. A lot of times when y'all don't see me on here, I'm doing like AI projects. I'm doing other things, you know what I'm saying? Or working, getting some money or whatever. That's what I've been missing for the past few days. It's because of that and that alone. Is that, I've been working on AI projects, as you just saw on the main page. What I just did, I just made an AI video where it's like something kind of cheap. But it was like, because we're going to the Caribbean soon, me and Kiki, I made like a Pirates of the Caribbean tribute with Kiki and the character from the Pirates of the Caribbean, you know what I'm saying, with Kiki or whatever. So, I've just been working on some certain little things like that. So I really haven't really been trying to be involved in what they got going on. And especially as far as the B sector go, and the thing about what puzzles me is how people really think there's some grandmaster scheme and plan and also this secret love or whatever. And there is no secret love for VS. It's like I don't find VS attractive. And I know she was talking about how I was built, but I clearly told y'all when I was in court with VS how she looks in real life. So how she looks like a church mother. She looked like a Kojic church mother in real life, for real. She looked like, she got moles in her face. And I'm not trying to like roast her because she talked about me. I'm going to talk about her. You know what I'm saying? But she got like chocolate chip, moles in her face. And she's built like an older woman, like the sagging shoulders, like how you see the church mother, you know what I'm saying? She like usually sit on the front row, or the, or it'd be like the woman that's over the missionary society that's like 80 years old or something like that in the church that's there. If you're from a Baptist church, you get my drift. So she's built like an old lady when you really see her in real life. And she was wearing like these like thrift store type clothing. It wasn't like, she's not impressive when you see her in person. Okay. Now I just went through that same thing with Cloud Diva and that one weirdo that was my moderator that's running around because they're mad because I don't talk to them no more. Trying to put jackets on me to be what her father was. You know what I'm saying? Her father, her brother, her son, or whatever it is in her life, because she's very familiar with child molesters and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about Susie. I'm talking about the ex-moderator that was running around with the news article and shit. That was fake as fuck. And it just goes to show how you doing? Yeah, he been in Mo3 sector. I mean, because the thing is, a lot of this stuff is forced down the throat. It's like what the beef sector is giving right now. It's like, okay, the envy thing with Deidre and all of that. It's all only surround the storylines are only lit, and I'm not gonna hate. It's only lit because VS is giving it. You know what I'm saying? VS is making it lit, making it something that she feels like she's interested in, and it's an all or nothing burger. You know what I'm saying? The RNY thing and everything like that. You know, she felt like she was threatening with the bazooka. I mean, that was far fetched. You know, and that was far fetched with Lemon. You know what I mean? I like, and I'm not eliminating my favorite person, but you know, I'm like, it was far fetched, and it was like, I don't know what are they trying to do with that. The Mia storyline only went on because of VS interest in Mia. You know what I'm saying? And then also now they're trying to make it seem like she's getting all these, like she's playing this man against this man and all this kind of stuff. So it's not really like, you know, there is nothing there. Like I was like, okay, I want to sit there and watch what's going on. Like I did give it some time. You know what I'm saying? I did give some of the things. I'm just speaking as some person that does watch some of the content. I was giving it some time, but I wasn't really that impressed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm like, okay. All right. So, and then we found out that Envy, I already knew that Envy and Gigi Darling had some kind of thing going on. I remember, because I remember joking with him about her. You know what I'm saying? I remember joking with him about her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And this is before like Envy kind of like had the motion he have now. So it was like really quiet. But Envy been around for a little minute. And I've seen like Envy over there in Gigi Darling's chat and everything. So sometimes I'll drop down in her chat every blue moon. Although like they say she been doxing me and stuff like that. And you know, Gigi is extremely messy. It's just that's just what the fuck it is. Like, and then you also got to look at the fact that she is doing the same thing that, I mean, let's get into it. So VS was over there. I'm gonna change my mic. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna change the mic. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm gonna change the mic so that way y'all can hear me a lot better. Y'all be able to hear me a lot better. Okay, can y'all hear me better now? I'm gonna turn on this real quick. Y'all be able to hear me a lot. Give me a second, y'all. Because the show was really good last time. When y'all can hear me, y'all stay. I see. All right, hold on. Let me turn this back. All right, y'all should be able to hear me now. Y'all should be able to hear me really clear now, okay? All right. So I want to step. How you doing? Billy Ray Craig. What's going on, homie? What's up, homie? Wigs and Wine. What's up? I ain't seen you in a billion years. What's going on, friend? Well, at least here. I be seeing you on Instagram. All right, so VS was over there talking about Octavius had this picture from 2002, and it was from 2002. Mind you, VS is only like 2 years younger than me. Okay, I think she's like 43 or something like that, 43, 44. She should be like that. So in 2002 or 2003, you was either 21 or 20 years old. You was not a teenager. Okay. I was only 2 years older than you at the time. if you did send the picture, and I'm pretty sure when your slaves have sent you the copy of the pictures at this point, you know what I mean? So I don't even know why you playing like you don't know that. And when I even did that mimic photo of her, you know what I'm saying? She pretty much know who it was because, you know what I'm saying? She wears some of the same jewelry to this very day on her hand. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to prove that point. I really don't care. I was going through my computer storage for on Christmas because I was looking for some old photos of my father. Okay. And then I came across it was like an email folder. I don't know if it was on Yahoo or one of them where I had some pictures there from like 2002 that was like transferred from computer to computer to computer all the way up to this very day. And, you know, I found some old pictures of my father on that same drive. And then I saw the photo. I said, oh, wow, that looked like VS. That's it. You know, it wasn't even, it was a curiosity thing. Like, wow, this is somebody that I've had issues with online for years. And when she first came around, I thought I knew her from the conscious community. Come to find out, I've known her, I remember I have this stream and one day I might find it or whatever. But when she came on my panel, I said, I know you from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean anything or nothing like that. And that doesn't mean there's somebody in love or whatever. It just means I have records that go back to 1999 as far as that's digital records, as far as my computers go. That's it. And I just recognized and said that person looked like a younger version of VS. That's it. There was no love involved. There was I wasn't saying anything. And when I asked Lemon Fake Ass, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I said, who did this look like? Oh, that do look like her. Wow. I said, yeah, it does. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Now, then she was over there telling everyone that I got some issues with her. Me and Kiki are in love with her. And I guess we have these fantasies or whatever. So, like, what Audio Nosy Ass did was go on Twitter and show you that I like to look at, if I want to have a fantasy girl, it's going to be like an Instagram model in her mid 20s or something like that, or 30s. You know what I'm saying? Or 40s or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or like, hell, like that one actress, you know what I'm saying? She's 60 years old. She bad. She fine in the mother. I mean, I'm a man. I'm always going to appreciate beautiful women, especially beautiful Black women. And that's all what Audio displayed is that I was into women. You know what I'm saying? And I got doxxed for being straight. Okay. So it was a lot of sad ass hoes out here, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, well, a few of them. And I'll just go like, okay, let's go with Claudiva, for example. She mentioned my name the other day. And Claudiva, I don't be in your chat. I don't give a fuck enough to troll you. Like, you're only relevant right now because you're trying to like attach yourself to Lemon. And you only got the traction you got is because I tapped the sectors on the show to say, hey, remember this old relic from the Black sector? When I'm sharing you out, talking about you in my commentary, you got motion because of me. Okay. I don't give a fuck about what you got going on over there. And as far as you thinking that it was kids, no, bitch, it was women. Okay. That you don't look like. And that proves that I don't give a fuck about you raggedy ass bitches that be thinking in your head. And I'm not talking about women that's older or nothing like that. Not at all. But this narrative that I'm Octavius is fantasizing about y'all, love it on y'all, or I have this deep-seated thing to be with one of y'all outside of Kiki. I don't. I can assure you that I don't. Okay. You know what I'm saying? There are better women on the internet that if I want to go have fantasy time in my head about a woman, I can go to Instagram, Twitter, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's some cute women here on YouTube and things like that. But I'm not in love or secretly in love with no woman on here. VS or anybody. And I hate the fact that people are always trying to run this narrative that Octavius wants to have sex with me. He wants to be with me. He wants to love on me and all this kind of weird ass shit, because I never made a move on VS, never made a move on goddamn Clout Diva or any of that. Now, Judge Fifi 2 years ago put out a text message about VS that was talking about Sunny when she was trying to go into the street sector and the Latrice Island sector. In the text message feed, she's telling, this is what her friend Judge Fifi said in the text message feed. I got the screenshot where she said she was in court and she looked at my package, and yeah, she feels like Octavius has a big tallywhacker. Okay. Now, I didn't run with that, but that's a receipt from a text feed between Judge Fifi and VS that Judge Fifi said was real. It was unrefuted because she was running down Ken, running down Sunny, running down me, talking about me and everything like that or whatever. But me in court, it wasn't even a bad thing with what she said she saw in court. You know what I'm saying? From what, talking about, hey, she looked at my package or whatever the fuck. Now that's the facts of shit. That's the facts of what I'm trying to convey to y'all. But I'm not the one here lonely. I'm not the one I'm not the one that was sitting up there on Valentine's Day alone. I was with my woman. We had a wonderful time, as y'all saw. And so this narrative about these women and me wanting to be with them is, Octavius never conveyed that shit. I never even got mad and said anything about VS need to, I'm not an audio type of dude. Or hell, even like Ken. You know what I'm saying? You can suck my D, you can do this, that, da, da, da. I don't do those type of drags, nothing. I never even talk about what I do to a woman sexually, especially a woman I don't like or whatever. I don't even talk like that. Right? So there shouldn't be any confusion about whether I'm attracted to them or not. All right. So why did the whole reason she got dragged the other day was because she had one of her minions that stepped out of line, tried to come for me on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And, I just handled it appropriately. You know what I mean? I'm always going to respond to the respondent superior. I'm always going to respond to the person I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's dangling the strings over one of your puppets. If this nigga's a puppet, I'm going at the puppet master. You know what I'm saying? Now, we did our thing. We talked about audio. And what I did talk about with audio was just truth about him, period. You know what I'm saying? It was the truth. And I don't want to I'm not here to rehash that shit, but that's the reason. And then not to mention, if y'all don't see it, right, y'all see Envy. Truthfully, Envy is one of the few men, and I shouldn't even really, I'm not going to defend Envy or nothing like that, because Envy was up there throwing gas on the fire with Ken and Kiki and all that shit. He was playing district attorney and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not here to be his advocate. He got to figure his own way out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you know what I'm saying, Envy and R&Y are kind of low-key getting the Octavius and Kiki treatment from the beef sector. And it's all about him kind of they don't like straight men. You know what I'm saying? They don't like relationships. And so when you look at that shit, you see ZX is zeroed in on R&Y and Envy's relationship. That's the same shit that he does with me and Kiki. He talks every time the motherfucker talk, almost every time this bitch ass nigga go live, he's over there talking about Octavius is, they made me 3 or 4 years older than what I am. Is 47 years old. You know what I'm saying? 48, 47, 50 years old or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They made me way older and shit. I live with my mama and all this kind of shit, reading me down like he's a bad bitch I tried to talk to or something like that. And so I'm just confused about this man. Like every time this dude go live, he's constantly keeping my name in his mouth. Okay. And so the other day, like a couple of weeks ago, or about last week, they was over there trying to force some kind of like pedophile story, him and LGI. And and LGI is older, and LGI is a compulsive liar. You know what I mean? And everybody knows that. And they was over there trying to run this thing. So I had to go to the street sector because I didn't even know anything about LGI posting some bullshit on her community wall from Google article about me supposed to being this weirdo, and I got this arrest record. I can't be around children and all this kind of crazy ass shit. All right. Now that's some ZX shit. That's some fucking LGI shit or whatever the fuck. And it's just like, wow, these people are really demonic and pieces of shit. And I used to pray for LGI when she used to get sick and everything like that. And the next time she gets sick, man, listen. I hear that she go ahead and went on to Satan. I ain't gonna feel no kind of way about it. I promise you I won't. You know what I'm saying? With the dark lies they put over me. So VS said, because she done basically look at my docs report. Now, remind you, she said I'm the one that's vested into her. Right? I'm not the one sitting up there looking up her shit for nothing. I don't give a fuck who she's fucking. I don't give a fuck where she live. I don't give a fuck where she work. If I did find out where she worked, I'm not going to call her job to try to fuck up her life. I'm not going to try to revel in her criminal record. And none of that shit. But she was trying to say, I have an obsession, and me and Kiki have this obsession with her, when you were just bragging about VS that you know so well about my docs report that you know for certain. That was you bragging about your credibility, is that you know for certain there's no kind of weird ass charge like that on my record. And yes, you are correct. You're correct. But she was also covering up for your own rep for us being a great doxer. You and Judge Fifi. All right? I appreciate you telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? God bless you for that. I truly mean that. God bless you for that. But as far as investment, when me and Kiki went over there and started the street sector, you followed. When me and Kiki was on AT2 channel, you were the one jumped up there and just admitted that you porn bombed his channel because me and Kiki was just over there minding our goddamn business. So it seems like you're the one that has been pressed. Just being honest. Not to mention that clip of you jumping on Treasure's Lane channel, like when you and Kiki first came back to the internet, and you asked Kiki, so we can have a threesome. You asked Kiki to have a threesome with you. And that's on right. I seen that video. Okay. So, I know the truth doesn't matter in these spaces, especially in the beef sector when you're back. The truth don't matter, receipts don't matter, because you got your following and everything like that. I'm not here to save these people anymore. You know what I mean? I've already tried to do that before. Like I done that before. For those that don't want to be involved in it, that's cool. They have already chose a side. So I'm not really pressed about any kind of doxing information, lies, slander. You know what I'm saying? People trying to post where they think I live and things like that anymore, because of the fact that these people already have their mind sealed. You know what I'm saying? Their mind is already like convoluted with lies. Okay. And just seeing the revelry that people are just going through with destroying envy. Okay. And envy hasn't really been envy and RY. have not really been these type of stand-up type of people. Because I remember when I first got with Kiki, RNY was trolling me hard to the point I blocked her. And I've forgiven her, but now you see what you're going through. You see what you're going through just by being a couple, a straight couple, you know what I'm saying, in these spaces, and people basically trying to give you a complex about envy at your man, and people are trying to give envy a complex about RNY, and now envy is wrong because, you know, he was on the phone with an older woman and shit like that. Like, okay, envy is not no fucking Idris Alba, Michael B. Jordan ass looking nigga at all. Never been. Okay. So if he wanted to get on the phone with Gigi Darling and shit like that because he's not gay and talk to a older woman that's showing him a little leg or a little breast or some shit like that, talking that shit on that phone or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, where did he lose? Okay. They were both consenting adults or whatever. And obviously it didn't work out. And, you know, he moved on. He got R&Y under his wing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and as far as the Gigi Darling thing, I heard her do all kind of preaching. It's like a pastor that don't know anything about the Bible, don't know one scripture in the Bible. You go to church and he said, for the love of the Lord and the deeper meaning of God, you know, all that kind of stuff. Ain't quote one scripture at all. You know what I'm saying? Just talking that rhetoric. And it was given she don't have this receipt on envy when it comes down to the she said that he pulled a gun on her. Okay. If you believe that, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, right? So, I mean, I just want to come and clear that up. I'm not here to torment VS. I wish that she go ahead and live her best life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like all these dummies and shit, like all these niggas trying to come along, trying to prove themselves and shit like that because they know that you don't like me. And you know you done hyped up people in the past. You've been hyping up people, giving them hope, BS. You know what I'm saying? You had that one weirdo that you know that I know. That one weirdo that got mental problems that constantly tags me and somebody else every day. You hype that person up to just stay online, and for whatever reason, you know, I mean, I don't know what their purpose is. You know, I even had fake lawsuits with some of these weirdos that feel like, you know, they following behind you. You know what I'm saying? But these lawsuits didn't go anywhere. But it's just the fact that, yeah, your hands are not clean, and you can't say that I have this obsession with you when you have followed me, documented, you brag that you peep on our AT2's channel that ain't got shit to do with the motherfucking beef sector. And if anything, I was in the black tea sector before it was even named that. You know what I mean? That's how I even got over there with AT2, because he was inquiring if I can get Star Marie to come to his channel. That's how I knew of AT2. It wasn't because of no goddamn beef sector or no shit, no fucking fame from the beef sector at all. At all. I think it was because Jaguar Wright wanted to talk to Star and something like that. And when she was over there floating around in the T sector at one point. But it ain't had shit to do with no goddamn beef sector. The reason why we were over there and the reason why he knew us. He knew me because I was over there in 2018 and been on other panels in the black tea sector, you know, a bunch of times throughout the years. So they already knew who I was over there. So you came over there and P-bombed the channel. You came onto the street sector. Y'all went over there and spread you. And another person went up from the B sector, went up spreading lies and shit, selling these niggas dreams that, you know you couldn't make happen, you know. And I mean, I'm not asking you to I don't give a fuck if you respond or not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you hear this message, just know that I am not in love with you. The photo is authentic. It looks like it's you. It looks like you so much that I don't trust putting it out. And you are not no motherfucking teenager in that fucking photo. I was probably like 22, and I'm only 2 years older than you. I was like 22, and at the least you could be 19. I was 22, and at least in that age, you could at least you was like 19 at the time in 2020. You like, okay, you're like 43, 44 years old. You're turning 44 this year. Okay. So, and I think the reason why I popped up, because it must have been around I don't know when it was, but it was like 2002 or something like that. So yeah, you was 20 years old. I was 22. So it wasn't nothing creepy about it. And you know, you kind of threw that little bullshit out there about the teenage thing. They kind of make it seem like I'm much older than you. And we were almost the same fucking age. So, I mean, that was a fail, but I mean, I'm not here to make no commentary on what you're doing with your sector. And I appreciate you when I start going back to one of my sectors that I create, my sector that I created. And I appreciate you not being over there running interference with shit that ain't got a fuck thing to do with you as well. And I know this nigga's starting to do this little bullshit. They want to rename the street sector. The street sector is named the street sector. Okay. It ain't no Atlanta street interview sector, whatever the fuck y'all trying to call it. It ain't never been that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't what the founders call it. The founders, you know what I'm saying, myself called what it was, and just respect it. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And that ain't for BS, but it's just for any other weirdos out there. You say he's the king of Wakanda. Yeah, the king of Wakanda. What's good? What's good? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. So I'll rock out. I'll give y'all like 14 more minutes. I didn't want to be here that long because it is like early AM. I had came home and I fell asleep. And I came home and fell asleep. And I was like, damn, like I woke up around about 1 a.m. So whatever bullshit y'all been going through, I did go back and look at some of the stuff. And I don't know, I just haven't been really impressed with some of the stuff that's in the beef sector per se. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't, like, the Mo3 sector, I hear that it's got a lot of fire going on over there, but I haven't been over there to really see what's going on over there as well. So matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and update. So what is this? Yeah, both. Yeah, they were over there doxing me. She was over there, like, Fifi's a homegirl. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, even with the doxing thing with Gigi Darling, and Gigi Darling was my mod too, and Gigi Darling was sending me stuff doxing people. You know what I'm saying? Unsolicited or whatever, and I wasn't asking for it. You know what I mean? But that's just the nature of who she is, and people know that. But these doxers are like petty doxers. They're not like, you know, a lot of the information be off anyway. It's not. It's like old shit. You know what I mean? Or what she was seeing is like photos, old photos of somebody from the beef sector from 2020 or 2018, 2019, or something like that she done collected over time. It's kind of like laughable, goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? But she do be doing a little weird stuff on the back end. But I mean, which one of these motherfuckers in the beef sector don't do it? Like Pizarro was over there today talking about Mia. Now I did hear this shit. Mia works at the car dealership. Okay, now you're a whole motherfucking troll. But you're there talking about where a motherfucker work and shit, and you don't dox. Like, what? Why is that even commentary about where she worked as far as the dealership and shit like that? You know what I mean? And so, but at the end of the day, they're crucifying Gigi Darling to the cross as if like she is just oddball when all these hoes are oddballs. All of them are in your business. All of them are like right now. I notice it's the same panels now that RNY and Envy are going through the fire. You know what I'm saying? Going through the fire, right? And it's the same group of women that sit up there talking about what they'll never do. They'll never let a nigga do this. Nigga ain't gonna never call nobody at 3 a.m. and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. And then, I mean, Brianna was up there. Now we done heard about the whole remix shit. You know, we done heard audio shit about Brianna. So much, it was so embarrassing, so much to the point she left the internet for a while. Now she's over there on her fucking like Mr. Pettyville would never. And then, you know, like didn't we just find out through remix that Mr. Pettyville left her in like around Christmas or some shit? Left her on a cruise and shit like that. See, it's that fake shit. And it's not me dragging Brianna, but it's that fake shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that fake shit. It's niggas not telling the truth. And why I am so dangerous and why they want me to be silent about what they be going on, because I'm not connected to none of these niggas. I'm not. And me being over here being a voice of reason and not caring, you know, and you know, like the thing about even with audio, for example, I was like, okay, I already saw what was going to happen with him. You feel me? And what's kind of crazy is, what's crazy about it is, like, you know, it's like, okay, you want to get put on. I can show a nigga how to get put on. But then at the end of the day, I really haven't found too many people I haven't found nobody in this space that's worthy of being like an apprentice of mine that I can like teach them like shit. Okay, you want to get views and all that kind of shit. And like Kiki's not interested in social media the way that y'all think, you know, so she's not even on here right now. So, you know, of course I want to like have somebody I can teach or whatever, but you know, this is the shit that like you see with audio, you know, like what happened with him. And like he wanted clout, he wanted to prove that he that nigga and all this kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like doing the little Snoopy ass shit, going all in my motherfucking Twitter and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And that he was gonna like finally have Octavius fucked up out here in these streets and shit. And it was a fail. And it's like, you know, now that niggas see shit like that, and see, I'm known in a lot of spaces. Like I'm more known in a lot of spaces than the majority of the people that y'all know in these little spaces, the black and beef sector. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm known in other spaces, very well known. And by him doing what he did, it's just like, damn, bro. Like now you out here, like you snooping the nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? You like a can't be trusted ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm the same nigga that helped you with, like you won't even have your page. You wouldn't even be able to be monetized or have your page if you never met me. You know, and this is the things I get as far as you clout chasing, snooping in my shit, and turned on me for no reason, and try to justify the shit by the fact that I dropped down in Ken's chat. When you drop down in Ken's chat all the fucking time. So it didn't make no sense. And I ain't no stupid ass nigga at all. So, you know, I saw the nigga ready to like do this little virtual sacrifice of Octavius. And many niggas have done it. And all of them at some point, they just like, you know, you see they regret the shit. And I remember a person did that in another sector. And they were sending people on the back end, like, just go tell Octavius, I'm sorry. I want to talk to him. I wanted this, I wanted that, I wanted this, I wanted that. You know what I'm saying? And it was that unprovoked attack type shit based off thinking that they were going to get clout by selling me down the river. You know what I'm saying? And for my own sake, yeah, I forgive because I'm not going to be up here constantly dragging the brother or the sister or whoever it is that do that to me. But I have to just understand that I cannot be stupid to just like reignite or rekindle, you know what I'm saying, a motherfucker or give a motherfucker like that motion or understand or how to get the motion, you know what I'm saying, because of the fact that they are traitors, you know? Like with audio, I did nothing to him. Who I talk to, what channel I go to, if I'm not in the chat dogging you out, laughing at you being dragged and say, yeah, and adding on to shit, then what would be the fucking issue? It was nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that he's a bitch ass nigga. He's a pussy ass nigga. And he, you know, if he could do the same thing to VS, he will as well. You know what I'm saying? He would do the same thing as well. And he think people don't see that and understand that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to come live and just like tell y'all about like my disposition when it comes down to VS and what, you know, I don't have no beef with her. You know what I mean? I just want to sit back and just watch the shit, you know what I'm saying, unfold. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate her telling the truth about, you know, how she don't looked at my doxing, you know what I'm saying, infinitum, you know what I'm saying, over and over and over again. And I'm pretty sure she's clicking the refresh button on spookio.com, you know what I'm saying, and them other damn websites and shit they be going to look up niggas' criminal records and where niggas stay and the email address and all that goofy shit. I'm pretty sure they're doing all of that clicking the refresh button to see if, hey, did he get a ticket? Did he get this? Did he get that? Or where you can find out where I work at or some shit like that, how I get my money or whatever the fuck. But I think that is a person that's way more vested than a person like myself that just went in my archives and found a photo. I'm like, wow, I think it's this person that I've had issues with online. That's it. I didn't come like, oh, that's a bad bitch. Oh, that bitch I want to be with. Oh, man. None of that shit. I didn't do none of that. I didn't sexualize the damn photo. I didn't glorify the photo or whatever the fuck. It was just I just said that looked like a younger version of her. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So all this love talk, and for ladies online, I know there's a lot of loneliness going on, but y'all got to stop thinking that people like all in love and falling in love with y'all if it's not pronounced. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga ain't pronounced that I'm in love with you, I want to be with you, I want you to have my baby, all that shit, then it's not solid. You know what I'm saying? It ain't solid. What's going on, Madison? What's up, Kales? I think that's how you say it. Kales, no name. Yeah. I appreciate y'all for y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Yeah, so what y'all gonna see right now is just like when she's back now, you're just gonna see a lot of people with artificial numbers based off running in the like ZX and a few others, you know what I'm saying, that's like towing the line of her narrative. And that ain't my problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. But just because there's a panel or a channel that's getting like hella views and they're sitting up there saying whatever they're saying, doesn't mean what they're saying is the truth. Okay? It doesn't mean that. It's a whole lot of ass kissing going on. It's a whole lot of fake shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the storylines are now inorganic. It's more of right now you're moving into a space where you're moving into a space. And this is my opinion as far as where the beef and black sector is going. And I do respect Diva Tomboyish a lot for not being a black sector sellout like the rest of almost all of the other content creators are, you know, that's from the black sector. I mean, they're just licking butt. Okay. That's why even Claudiva especially, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. And these are people that never created a sector. I and Kiki created a sector. That's on record. That's on record. You know what I mean? Ain't no history, ain't no mystery or nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no mystery about it. That's on record. So the black sector don't have any strong leadership at all. You know, other than Diva. And Diva is more moving in her to own kind of like independent thing. And it's more like her, she's standing her ground. It's saying that she's independent, which you gotta respect. It's not about her, you know what I'm saying, being rebellious against VS, because who the fuck is VS to be rebellious to? You know what I'm saying? She's just basically, declaring her independence as an independent content creator that wants to move up and down wherever she wants to go in whatever space, in this space, you know what I'm saying, independently, regardless of who's an OG and all that little mythology that y'all love to tote and all that kind of stuff. I mean, and then, you know, and that's pretty much the same motive that I have. You know, if I'm not over there in the conscious sector, my home sector, the conscious sector, black sector, but if I'm not over there in the conscious sector, or you know what I'm saying, the street sector or whatever, you know, it's kind of like I'm just being an independent YouTuber and I'm just going around giving my commentary. That's it. That's it. And a diva just wants to be free and, you know, like, and she's basically, you got to appreciate her because she's keeping a sense of independence where whatever VS imagines in her head about anything, there is nobody up there saying anything to the contrary, even for her own well-being, which is dangerous. Like ZX is not going to say, I don't think that's a good thing. You know, because he's so scared of just getting his lights turned off virtually. You know, he's so scared. And, you know, and a lot of others. ZX was over there with like literally, and I'll be on, this is the backup channel. So sometimes we'll have, when I first started doing these lives over here, I started in December and we got monetized within less than a month over here. You know what I'm saying? I had no watch hours on this channel. Because I haven't been on here up until December of 2025. I wasn't going live. So when I started making this channel a project, you know, to just do like talk. And for those that are new, because I see a lot of new people coming through, my name is Octavius Prime. This is my backup channel. I cover travel, politics, you know what I'm saying, world issues, you know what I'm saying, cultural issues, black issues, and I also live in Palm Beach County. I cover a lot of things dealing with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He lives here as well. So if you want to subscribe to this channel and then look at my homepage and go to the main page, Octavius One Kenobi Prime, and then you'll be in the mix with that. So if you like in a commentary. So I appreciate everybody for hit that like button and subscribe for me. What's going on, Miss Paula? Yeah. So right now you're just going to be dealing with her. It's like what you're going to be hearing is the psychopathy of VS and in the beef sector, because most of the content creators in the beef sector are weak kneed jelly back. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of them at this point. You know, you're gonna have your Reeds and people like Reed, Heart of Philadelphia, and a few others, or people that have aught with her, maybe Jay Wilson, Shelley, and a few others. You know what I'm saying? And Tracy ain't gonna take no shit. You know, that, and I'm just naming a few. I'm not saying everybody's under that, whatever. You know, but the majority of what you're seeing is this weak need, jelly back, want to get put on, scared to get their lights turned off. You know what I'm saying? Content creators, and everybody's playing good little boys and good little girls. And then we look at a lot of the 2.0s of the B side that they have completely disappeared. They're not going live. They ain't doing no posts. They ain't doing shit. You know, Goosey found his way out of here as soon as VS start making noise. And Roman is not around because he want to be the president of the United States and shit. He run for president. And you know, and then it's also Lent as well. But I think they're gonna extend it however long they can extend it. Because I mean, I can see it where like King Roman, if he wants to do a live or call in, and VS just go live on top of him, and it's gonna break his little heart when all of those damn sycophant ass bitches run over to the VS channel and, you know, leave his ass down to like 180 people in the fucking chat. Because they will do that. And that's the whole thing about it. I've had my experiences over here in these spaces, but that's why I never planted my flag like that, because the you know, the sometimey type of attitude that subscribers have, and that you don't own your subscribers are not yours. So for Diva to fight for her independence, or just to say that she's independent, is also keeping her following intact. You know what I'm saying? So that if she's looking for, okay, which one of her subscribers is going to be on some on some shit, like, are they going to be folding under pressure? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to be breaking under pressure? You know what I'm saying? And the same thing even with myself is that, like, okay, I have loyalty from a lot of my moderators that come through here. Is, you know, they be here. They have sometimes, if I go live whatever time I go live, it's certain people that's going to be here. You know what I mean? Because they rock out with me, or they like Kiki, but at the end of the day, they rock out with my brand. You know, they see me go through things. You know what I mean? If I had 20 people in the chat, they were here. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Diva is that, okay, you got to appreciate the independent, you know what I'm saying, content creators that's willing to speak their mind freely, because of the go along, get along type of gang that's going on with ZX. With ZX, for example, who always talking about he's representing the black sector. And I think he just need to give that up. I think he just need to give the black sector thing up, because that's part of the reason why the black sector has zero respect, is because of him and people like Ghetto. You know, these guys, these men, and they're men at that, with gray hairs, of age, older. And the thing is, ZX does not stand for anything as a man. All right. Mia was over there. Mia didn't say one bad word to ZX. ZX been on for the past few days calling all kind of bitches, hoes. She a dangerous woman. She's the type of woman to get a man killed in the streets and all kinds of stuff like that. You know, he's going on and on and on and on, just hating on this girl for no fucking reason. And when the girl never said anything bad to him. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's because he feel like it's safe to do that, because Mia is still like in a question mark position when it comes down to VS. And it seems like VS wants her loyalty or fealty or whatever the fuck, you know, which is weird, you know, in my opinion. But I'm just telling my opinion. I'm not over here dragging VS, you know what I'm saying? Because I know she would love to say that she got dragged or whatever the hell, whatever. But I'm just saying, okay, you do you, and continue to do you. And you don't have to update Spookio or whatever website about my doxing information. You know what I mean? Because I find that strange. I find people that I have said, hey, I don't want shit to do with you. Okay. And these people are investigating my life on a daily motherfucking basis. Okay. So if anybody's obsessed and anybody need a mental evaluation about how they view people online, I think it's VS, not me. Cause I never came out and said, I think she a fine ass bitch. I want to be with her. Whatever the fuck. It's in my, I think it's strange two men on the phone on Christmas Day discussing me. Nigga, it was quantified by the fact I was going through my whole hard drive looking for pictures. And I say, damn, that look like motherfucking VS in the photos from 2002. Looking for my father's shit, my old family photos to show to my family. And then one of your photos were in the fucking collection for some strange reason. That's it. That's motherfucking all. I asked somebody from the beefsteak that said, okay, I can't go to anybody else because you're not that famous. You know what I'm saying? My family don't know who the fuck you is. So I said, hey, I said, look, bro, I was going through my shit and I found this photo. I said, it looks like VS. I sent to the nigga. Yeah, it does. It do look like her. Oh, wow. That was it. No, you were not no VS. You were not no subject of this is my love or whatever. Fuck. No, nigga. No. And that whole comment that you was making about me when you saw me in court, and I'm just like, for those that come in, like VS looks like a church mother in person. She does. I ain't trying to shade her. I ain't trying to shade her. When she came into court, right? VS hair is gray. Like she looks like she's a holy, like you go to the holiness churches and the church mother is there, not the pastor's wife, but she look like a whole church mother. Her hair is gray. And then when she came back live out the court that day, she will put on her costume. And when she came up, she had that thing with the hair in the back or whatever, like that hairstyle or whatever. That is a wig. That is a motherfucking wig. Because she had her real hair out in the courtroom and it was giving salt and pepper like a motherfucker. It was gray. Okay. Her hair is gray. Not black. No, it's gray. So her real hair, she went in there looking like she was going through it. She wanted to give the idea that she was stressing. She ain't had no makeup on. She was barefaced, and now you got to see all the moles in her face, all that shit. It was giving chocolate chip. You know what I'm saying? And y'all say I'm dragging. Let me stop. I ain't gonna drag her. But I mean, she was over there talking shit about no, he all skinny at the bottom and just big at the top or whatever the fuck. Like, no, nigga. Like, yeah, and I lost weight. Shit. God damn. But my hair ain't motherfucking I ain't giving 60-year-old with my hair out. Because if VS came out here with her real hair out here, yeah, y'all gonna be thinking that lady like 60-something years old. She looked like a whole prayer warrior. You know what I'm saying? In person. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. She really does. Okay, I done went over the IR thing, but yeah, I mean, y'all just, if y'all want to run to tell her that, I'm not gonna be here dragging no VS and being on her shit. I'm gonna give commentary if I feel like it, whatever the fuck. But I'm not gonna be over here trying to drag her. I'm enjoying y'all be good little boys and good little girls and getting bullied and being bitches and you know what I'm saying, and getting stomped out and being humiliated for clout. That's, you know what I'm saying, getting clout. Oh, these niggas just got 3,000 views. Oh my god, how cute! You got your first 3,000. ZX was so proud of that day. He had that 500 over there. He had 500 people in his chat. He was so happy. You could tell he felt like, oh, these are the days. These are the days. Like, it gives him Five Babe. Like when he was over there with Five Babe, linked up with Five Babe and shit like that. You know, that's what it was given with him. He was just so happy. He was happy as a sissy in prison. You know what I'm saying? He was so happy. You know, he had that 500 up there with Diva and VS was up there. Oh man, that man, that old man felt good. He felt so good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to his page real quick. I'm gonna see how many views that video got with 500 people. Let's see what he got the other day. I know he left it up because I know he want to show. Okay, so that day he got 3,000 views. Damn. He did all that ass kissing, all that getting pegged virtually by VFs and all that over there slandering my name and shit. Defaming me, getting, you know what I'm saying? And ZX put himself at risk of getting sued all the time because he's a defamer. Doing all that weird ass shit. And with, you had Diva and VS come here 2 hours and 30 minutes, and you got 3,000 views. Wow. Oh, the day after that, he got 2,700 views. And now he over there running down Deidre. You know what I'm saying? So he got 147 people over there. Man, he felt like he lit. Oh, then it said, a treasure learned smackdown of GG wrench taken and shit like that. And I'm like, this nigga. And bro, I was skipping through it. I saw Peace Alive. And I was like, I'm skipping through it. And I look, and you know what's amazing to me? This man claimed to be so motherfucking straight. And it's nothing but a panel of motherfucking, I ain't gonna say motherfucking, but it ain't nothing but a panel of women up there gossiping. And girl, did you hear this girl? Child, girl, child, woo, child, all that shit. And here comes ZX. Oh, I got the T. He hit the link. And ZX would just give like straight gay if he didn't have that deep voice. The deep voice, and I know he worked on that because a lot of little guys do that. They're like when they short, they're really short. They'll work on having like a deeper voice and shit. You know, that's why Mike Tyson voice ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? Because like he can fight. You know, he is a big dude, big swole dude that can fight most of his life. So, but like little guys, they'll work on their voice being like big or boisterous or whatever. Right? So ZX over there, you know what I mean? He go over there, hit their link the other day, and he got out there, start running his tear down by RY, Envy, all this stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And like, I think it was Trish was like, can you leave so we can get back to having girl talk or women talk or some shit? And he got offended. He got motherfucking offended. And I'm like, and then he was up there today over there on Pieces again. And it's always puzzling me. Now he up there with Shelly. You know what I mean? Now this the dude who used to talk about it being the black sector, talking about we had morals and principles and that he's so anti-LGBT and all that shit, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? All that stuff, right? And I'm straight. I don't like me. I can't stand the sight of men. Like I don't like the male body at all. At all. I have no curiosity about men. And Audio found that out. He said ill. Audio went and doxed my shit on Twitter and seen all them fucking bad bitches and shit on my Twitter feed that who I done liked and comment under, and he was disgusted. He said he was disgusted by the fact that I'm liking women that are like above the age of 18, legal, and he was disgusted. You know what I'm saying? But he's in the LGBT sector. But anyway, so the nigga was up on the link with Shelly. You know what I'm saying? And I think Shelly done read a bitch down. And, you know, they Pizarro done got a bitch together. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, whoever else was on the panel, you know what I'm saying? Being like women and shit. You know what I'm saying? Women being on that bad girl time, whatever the fuck. And then I think Treasure Lane come up there. Treasure Lame got up there, I guess. And you know, Treasure Lane was up there. And he, you know, next thing you know, who hits the link? ZX. And I told y'all, ZX will let Treasure Lane pop him. Okay. ZX would tongue kiss Treasure Lane in the mouth. Okay. If Treasure Lane would put him on and say that he's beef sector. I'm telling you. I told y'all that, and you could tell he was up there. I didn't sit there and watch all the shit, but you could tell he was trying to play into like Treasure Lane so fucking hard. He wanted to be chosen. He wanted to be like all this shit. And I told y'all that nigga, he's coming out of the closet. As y'all see, a lot of them niggas that's claiming that they're straight in the beef sector, that's in the beef sector. I be talking shit outside like that. I don't be really in shit. I hit a link every now and then or whatever the fuck, because these niggas can't stay out my business. But the guys that be a lot of these guys are coming out of the closet. They're coming out of the closet. Like Lemon had that photo the other day. He was like, he had his leopard on and his lips pooted and everything like that. Them duck lips, whatever. You know, look like he got calluses on his lips from putting his mouth on things or whatever. I heard an old lady say that shit. Talking about, yeah, you can tell he gay. Look, they got that callus on his lip. I said the callus. So yeah, he got that. You know how they be having that callus on their lip. I said the callus. I'm like callus. I said, oh, it was an old church lady said that about a deacon. But yeah, I know he. So he got that callus on his lip. So Lemon over there got that callus on his lip and there, and then lips all pooted, and you know, looking all vulnerable and shit in that selfie he put up. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck was you thinking? You know, we got niggas out here doing skin regiments and shit, talking about how they take care of their skin. And, you know, they do all this shit, you know, whatever the fuck. It ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, got niggas out here thinking they prettier than the women, you know, all this little stuff. So these dudes are just coming out the closet. And it's not too long, but like, listen, I know like Treasure Lane been a lonely motherfucker for a long time from when I'm here. And he been celibate for like 10 plus years or whatever the fuck, probably longer than that. I don't know. But I think that the new relationship that's developing in the beef sector is Treasure Lame and goddamn glitter boots and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think they done found each other's life partner in each other. I really do. Because Treasure Lane was up there speaking up for his man today. And it was like, oh, you know, and ZX did cuss me out, but he never did it in my face. He always expected me. And all that shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then like ZX coming and hit that link. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you like ZX, I didn't sit there and watch the whole thing, but I can bet you that ZX did not raise his voice. He was talking all gentle and kind, like he was talking to a bad bitch on the panel. You know what I'm saying? And ZX feel like it's his time right now. Like he really feeling like it's his time. He winning. And all it takes is just one little thing that he do. You know what I mean? If VS the type of woman that's gonna like do some shit to make that nigga like, I don't like your friend type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like one of your friends. You need to get rid of him. Ain't that what he did with ain't that what he did supposedly with Nikki Pope when it came to 5A? It's gonna be one of them situations again. But she gonna try to find somebody that's like really like close to his ass. He doesn't really make that nigga look like a total sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like totally sell out. You know what I'm saying? Worse than even Nikki Pope this time. But he'll do it. You know what I'm saying? He'll do it, but he gonna be regretting it. He gonna be gritting his teeth and shit. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get aggravated and shit like that. But he just wanna have that chat filled the fuck up. You did all that motherfucking bending over, giving evil an opening, compromising yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the man said that he's straight. 2 years ago, well, a year and a half ago, the nigga used to be over there talking about how all the gays are going to hell. He reading Bible scriptures, reading Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. You know what I'm saying? The he that put it on a garment, a woman that put it on a male's garment, and a man that put it on the female's garment, both for abominations before the Lord. All this kind. He reading all of the stuff. He reading Romans chapter 1. He going all into that stuff, and now he all over that full-fledged in the LGBT sector and basically kissing up to the mother of the goddamn LGBT sector. You know what I'm saying? AKA beef sector. He kissing up. Like he trying to be chose. He trying to be chose up. It's just the irony of these niggas. And that's why they hate me so bad. That's why they always trying to throw me in some storyline. I'm always being this diabolical leader behind the scenes, and I'm the op or whatever the fuck or whatever, And niggas may hit me up and ask for advice from time to time, but ain't nobody like, I ain't operating shit with you niggas because you niggas are too easy. Nigga, I'm a threat by my motherfucking self. I'm a threat by myself if I wanted to be a threat. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. But they say I was over here dragging them this morning, y'all. They say I was over here dragging. But all I'm doing is telling y'all, like, from my point of view and what I see. You know what I'm saying? Because I can do that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Manifest Reality? What's going on, 301 KEK Cap? You said Cap? I don't know if you were saying Cap. But we got a lot of people dropping now. I appreciate everybody coming through. All right, I'll take it to 5. I'll give y'all 20 more minutes. But and I'll drop the link too. So maybe go ahead and do that for y'all too. I'll drop the link. I'll put the link. Well, the link will be on the community wall. So let me do that real quick. If anybody do want to come up and voice their opinion. And I'll show the StreamYard if it's anybody want to, but usually that's why I like OBS, because he can't porn bomb me. He can't do all that weird stuff with OBS because I got it fully under control. So I'm going to go to my community wall and I'm going to post this on the community wall. And you guys, if you do feel like you need to come up and voice your opinion about anything that was said today, you most definitely can. All right. So the link is posted on the community wall. All you gotta do is leave the stream, because I know a lot of y'all on your phone. So just leave the stream, go to my homepage. And if you want to hit the link is there. The StreamYard is there. I'll put up the StreamYard, if anybody wants to come up and voice their opinion about anything. So as you see, I do have a StreamYard link there. But we do got the StreamYard link there for you guys. So what else is going on? Oh yeah, well, um, I think the Mia thing is kind of dying down. A lot of people made a lot more of the Mia story than what needed to be made of it. Um, it seems as if she wants her piece because she hasn't been live. And that's a good thing, you know. That's a good thing. But I just would just say a lot of people like a lot of, and that I hate to sound like some expert or whatever, you know, but it's just like when it comes down to YouTube and these spaces, these sector spaces, some people you just got to understand that YouTube is their life. Like they ain't got nothing going on. It's like Lemon, for example, right? Like with Lemon at one point was getting a bag. He was getting a bag, but it's like Lemon don't have no interest like that. Like he, you know what I'm saying? And people kind of saying that he got some kind of like, learning type of disability or whatever the fuck or whatever they're supposed to be. Or he got Asperger's or some form of autism on the spectrum or whatever. I believe that he kind of is, you know what I'm saying? And I just ain't no drag or whatever. But I think that's the reason why he deals with the issues of like being alone and not having girlfriends and everything like that. I think that he really wanted to have some kind of like love relationship with Mia and a few other women. I believe that he wants that. But his first love is YouTube and the beef sector. You know, that's what he is all about. So if you talk to Lemon on the phone and you say anything in confidence to Lemon, at some point that shit is gonna come out. Right? It's gonna come out and he's gonna put salt and pepper and ketchup on it. And if you're like talking to him, at some point he's gonna try to incorporate you into the show. And I think there's a form of ignorance that Lemon has. It's because Lemon has kind of been gifted a platform. You know what I'm saying? How he came through, he didn't come through like a lot of people just starting from scratch and like just trying to be noticed or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like he was put in position to have like that 300-400, you know what I'm saying, in the chat with like people like Ness. And they said how they started his channel. I wasn't really around that time when his channel originally got started. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is, when I was over in the street sector, I didn't even know Lemon existed at all. You know what I mean? When I mean at all, I did not know he even existed. But how he got his channel popping and started, a lot of people that already had motion, you know, helped that to be. You know what I'm saying? He ran with it. He did a good job running with it. But he assumes that everybody can kind of be in the fire with him in the beef sector. Like he don't mind that shit. All that drama with his mama and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't really give a fuck because like if he's too stressed, he's gonna drink. You know, if he's too stressed about anything, he'll just drink some alcohol. That's it. And then he just get online, and then it's kind of like what Marcus is going through in the street sector. Like Marcus don't have a job, and he got flagged on his channel, so he don't have no income outside of YouTube. So I don't remember. I haven't been flagged in a long time on any one of my channels. So I can't remember. And I think I was talking to Kiki about like, you know, if you get flagged, you don't get paid that much. But I don't think that's what that is. But it could be. They change policies all the time. But Marcus, if you notice, like Marcus been hanging around all these like street women, prostitutes, drug addicts, meth heads, stuff like that. And Marcus has a lifestyle where he gets paid to party now. like all that, him hanging with these prostitutes and whores and hookers and homeless people and shit like that. And if you get paid to just be a party person all the fucking time, that's why strippers crash out all the time, like on drugs and alcohol. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you get paid to party and talk shit. Same thing with Marcus. Marcus get paid to go out, you know what I'm saying, hang out with the homeless women, Quetta and all of them. And, you know, he's lost that sense of like discipline. And that's why he getting arrested, you know, getting caught up with babies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All these storylines with these women, like the women in the tent and shit like that. Like, that ain't how Marcus did a lot of risky shit in the beginning, but it's like he's more on the decline with it, because I don't think that he has like any kind of like balance of discipline in his life, like a structured life. He can stay at the 3-4 in the morning and record videos with prostitutes and whores and have sex, smoke some weed, get drunk, all that shit. And same thing with Lemon. It's kind of like you could just live in a life where you get paid to be irresponsible and getting cash apps, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, and then like at the end of the day, you just live in to have sex, get drunk, get high in Marcus' case. And in Lemon case, it's just like, you know, to get some drink, get some food. And, you know, so Lemon, as a YouTuber, if he had like amassed $14,000 or $11,000 and just money on his Cash App, he could have been doing some shit like flying out to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And doing shows in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Or going to Paris or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And like getting millions of subscribers and shit like that with the little bit of money that he have gotten with the $11,000 and stuff like that. He don't have no kids. He ain't got no girlfriend. Shit like that. But instead, his whole life is surrounding the beef sector. And that's it, and that's all. It's like he don't have anything going on outside of the beef sector. He don't imagine anything outside of the beef sector. The conversation I had with him, it was like, you know, oh, you know, you can do this with your platform. And I told him, I said, when he got that reuse content thing, one of the things they look at is like, do you have shorts of yourself? You know what I mean? Do they have, you know, little things like that? There's no shorts on it. There's no uploads. You know, it just gives like, okay, this is just some kind of like stale ass channel. And YouTube don't like panel shows. They don't like panel shows. They don't like StreamYard shows. And that's why a lot of people are just losing their channels. For one, they're like targeting a lot of these StreamYard channels where people just using nothing but StreamYard. These panel shows and things like that. Because it's called I had told binary the word, but it's called low effort content. You know, so like what Lemon does and what a lot of people do with the StreamYard, it's called low effort content. Right? You know, and then the thing is, like, they look at the complexities of things like I have on my main channel, this channel, or whatever. You'll see me cammed up. You'll see me walking certain places. So I even have private videos or like videos on membership where I'm cammed up doing a whole bunch of things, just being outside. YouTube knows that I'm a real person. So that's first and foremost. And so, but with Lemon, I ain't gonna get into the reuse content thing. But with Lemon, it's like he don't have no focus outside the beef sector. He don't, you know, so it's like he lives for content. He lives, if you're talking to him on the phone, he's gonna try to some way, if you're from the internet, he's gonna try some kind of way to turn you into content. That's what happened in the Mia situation. And I do believe that they was like having some kind of like friendly, they became friends and they confided in each other. And Lemon is the kind of person that, because he's so emotional with women will drop their guard with him. You think he's emotional, but the nigga can't hold water. The nigga cannot hold water for shit. You know what I'm saying? He can't hold water. He gonna tell whatever's juicy, that lemon demon that he worship or whatever the fuck that shit is. If that demon on him is gonna put that shit out. Okay, he gonna turn whatever the fuck around him to content. He done turn his mama into content. Stroll down. Yeah, then he turned his own damn mama into content. His mama is getting called. ZX supposedly called his mama's house. Okay? Called his mama's house. And then he had the nerve to go to hit the nigga link. This is within the same week. This grown 60-year-old man is playing on your mama's phone. All right? When you was going through some shit with VS, up there talking about that you was participating in gang activity, Bloods and Crips activity, with you on audio, with y'all little fake ass pull up or whatever the fuck it was. But trying to come up with scenarios that get you and your mother put out your home. And in your head, like in your head with Lemon, for example, in Lemon's head, because VS don't like me, and whatever the fuck. I'm a bigger villain than I have offended Lemon so fucking bad. And I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck if we ever go over there or not like that. But it just shows like how fucked up Lemon, how his perception of reality is really warped and fucked up. And it's all because of the fact that nigga just think that the beef sector is God. And it's the God of his life. It's a God of his life. That man lives for it. And the other day, I think he canned up. He was showing something. He had his hand out. Lemon's hands are swollen. Like Lemon is going through like that shit with, like he's going through that shit where like, where your liver is shot, and it's like, cause he drank so much, he drank every fucking day. So he's going through that shit. That's why his legs are so skinny. He's going through that part. He's going through that part where he's going through malnutrition. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not eating up, because he's drinking so much to the point his liver's shutting down. And he's going through, you drink so much, you get fatty liver disease. And then what happens is your body is not processing the minerals and vitamins, and that's why everything's processed in the liver. So a lot of the food is like you're not processing things in your body the right way, and you start suffering a form of malnutrition. And so that's why his thighs were so skinny, his legs were so skinny and shit, and everything like that. His face is like swollen, his fingers fat, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And it's sad as fuck. But anyway, y'all, we done ran it up. Oh, we had a racist come through, Jeb Cummings, talking about King of Wakanda. He put the chicken, the watermelon, and pills. Okay, y'all. The white people that be coming through here, that y'all like. It's like I don't get offended by white people and their racism. You know what I mean? I don't. It's like, what do you want me to do? Give a fuck that you don't like me? Like, wow, okay. And I don't even know who the fuck you are. You're a troll. You're a troll. But thanks for supporting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we done did our thing. I ain't finna belabor it. But the message, all in all, is that I ain't got no beef with VS or nothing like that. Keep your minions, keep your little plots and schemes to yourself. And I'm definitely not in love with you. I ain't been in love with I ain't been in love with no fucking woman on here but Hickey. Okay? That's it. That is it. And that's all. I'm not in love with you. Kiki ain't in love with you. We ain't got your doxing information like you got mine. Okay? So you can't talk that obsession shit. If you got my doxing information and you could come out here and defend me and my criminal record because you know better. Yeah, I know you would say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you all in my shit, just like audio. All in my motherfucking shit. Okay? Well, you know, I'm gonna let you be. You know what I mean? I'm going back to heaven. You know, to the heights of heaven. I'll let you rule hell. You know what I'm saying? And be virtual Satan down here. You can do anything you want to do to these people. You know what I mean? They have forsaken me a long time ago. So I'm just sitting back, eating my popcorn, watching you do what the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna come down and intervene and be Captain Save them and all that shit because these niggas don't want to be saved. Peace, y'all.